Linda, what made you reach out for help? What was it you're struggling with?
So I'd had, by the time I reached out to you, I'd had a pain and immobility problem for, probably about 10 months, getting worse and worse and worse all of the time. I was unable to walk without a stick, and even with a stick, I was unable to walk without pain. Stiffness, and in the end, I couldn't go upstairs, couldn't go up any stairs. And it was horrible. So it was horrible. And
so where were you feeling it? So it was pain all over? Or?
Legs, knees, knees and legs were very painful and very stiff. And
very stiff. And in the joints or the muscles, or all over the legs and
all
knees?
over, yeah, sometimes all over the legs, yeah. Okay. Yeah. And in the joints, yeah, both okay. Knees, one more than the other. Mm-hmm. So it was just absolutely vile. And I'd reached a point where I tried traditional things, I tried natural things that I knew of. I'd had a private physio, I'd been to the NHS physio, and nothing was helping at all.
So and that was over the 10 months then?
It was. And I'd been to my chiropractor, had tried and tried and tried. She'd done some really excellent work. I went to a new chiropractor, spent quite a lot of money on that. And I really was not a fit for what he offers. So that got me nowhere, absolutely no improvement whatsoever, none. And then I was still getting worse. When at the time we spoke, I was still getting worse, and beginning to think, I'd had a cry one day thinking, I'm going to end up in a wheelchair then, because I don't know what else to do. So then we started our sessions, and there was an interesting, I think it's a crucial thing that went on for me before, not before I booked, because we booked them in, but in the next 24 hours where I'm wondering if I've done the right thing, is it right? Is it going to work? Because of course, with all of this going on, all of this getting worse, and nothing I tried having worked, you begin to think nothing will work. Yeah. Nothing will work for me. I'm a special case. Absolutely nothing will work. So I was thinking, what if it doesn't work? And I think it was the answer to that question that in my mind, what if it doesn't work for me? Yeah. The answer came really clearly. You will not know whether it works for you or not without trying it. And I could see that if I didn't try it... And that kind of
clocked something.
Oh, that was absolutely crucial, because then if I didn't try it, I've been following you for, I don't know, it's quite a long time, isn't it? Maybe 3-4 years.
Oh, yeah. Yes, years. Yeah. I remember we connected, we talked, I think, in a messenger and things.
Yeah, we did.
A few years.
And so I do follow you, and I see your posts, and I see your testimonials. And so then I realized that if I don't take this opportunity to try it now, then I will never know if it would have worked for me. And I will be reading the testimonials on your page and thinking, oh, if only that were me. So it was a no-brainer. You have to try it then. Okay.
So you had really strong reservations because nothing had worked before. And But as you say, you had been following me for some time, seeing my stuff and seeing testimonials and wishing that to be you. But it wasn't until you kind of had that final kind of, you've got to try it, feeling, thought, that you went
How else?
for it.
There's no other way of finding out.
Right.
Is there? No other way.
No.
So you've got to try it. So, and then it was, the sessions were very nice. You're very personable, Althea, which I knew already. But what was interesting and a bit of a surprise is, it seems, well, it is a simple method. It is a simple method, but there are do's and don'ts around that method, aren't there?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
So having you one-to-one, it was almost like having you do it for me. You weren't doing it for me, but it was like you doing it with me. So where my mind might have already drifted off into, I don't think it's going to work this time, you're already reminding me not to be thinking, and guiding me into what to be doing and what to be focusing on.
So you found that really helpful, that it wasn't just sort of learn a thing. It was me kind of prompting you and triggering you in the right place or whatever to keep you on the right track, so you get the results you want. So that was really important aspects of being with you there.
Yes.
Okay.
And there was that time, wasn't there, when we've given it a score, and one of mine was a 6 and the others were 2 or 3s. So that's fair enough.
Six of pain or 2 or 3 of pain.
And one was one was 6 of pain out of 10, and then it had gone, and in the session, and you said, "Oh wow!" and that was the 6, and I'd forgotten it was the 6. I think I was kind of lumping it in a little bit with the other 2 or 3s.
Yes, which is natural.
You warned me about that, didn't you? That everything has to be numbered and written down if you're working by yourself, because our mind will play tricks. And I knew that. I knew that from my previous experience of things. So that was.
You got pain-free in the actual session. Got to a 6 to a 2 or 3. And it was helpful to have me there to kind of guide you in the right bits. It's a really simple method, but it's very specific.
The application
doing things
is specific. And also I was surprised and pleased at how much support you get. Well, in 2 ways: how much support you give, how much there's a lot to the method if we take the whole thing, isn't there? The maintenance, the support part of it, the daily practice, there's a lot to it. And there's one aspect of that where we were looking at what I've forgotten how you worded it now, but it was where you were asking what does Linda need, what makes Linda happy, what, that part of it is life-changing, because that has been wrong for me all of my life.
So that's a massive change, and of course how you're feeling is how your body's going to reflect that, and what happens in your knees and your legs, when you're filling your cup with what you need in your life. So that was a massive change for you too.
It really was. Yes,
wonderful.
Absolutely.
Cool.
And then in the last session, I was finding that it was taking me a long time to, you remember that it was taking me a long time to get rid of pain. So it was seeming, so maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes. So it was not as useful as it needed to be. It meant that when I was walking and every step was painful, it meant I was doing what you said not to do, which is don't push through pain. But I was having to. because I didn't have 45 minutes to spare on every step. And then last week, you sorted that out for me. And now I can do it in moments. So I can do it so I don't walk with pain. I don't tolerate pain. I turn it off. And I also have an understanding from my own practice and my past philosophies. I have an understanding why that is as well. So I can see that it is important not to
how the body works and
how the mind and body work together as well. Yeah.
So did you think it was going to be possible walking up and down stairs, no pain in your knees, when you were looking for help at the time of where you came from? This is what you wanted, right? Wasn't it? Leaping about.
Yes, it was. Yes. And now I didn't leap to do it, but yesterday I actually did something that wasn't my job to do, because that was part of the leaping, wasn't it? Oh, let me get it for you. Yes.
Yeah.
There was a load of washing there, and it was Jake's, and it was Wednesday when it was raining all day long, and he'd been at forest school, and they was in a sodden lump there. And I said, "Oh, are they to be washed?" Lucinda said yes, and I said, "Oh, I'll put them in then." So I was able to do that.
Oh, Linda, that's major. Yeah, because one of the things as part of your life story was that you couldn't help as you wished. So there it is. You're doing something that you couldn't do before because of the pain in your knees, and there you go, just going ahead and getting on with it.
Yes, and clearing up after myself properly instead of doing
Linda.
and kind of going the extra, not a mile, but going the extra inch. So. Excuse me. Yeah, when I was cooking, what I would do is I would just cook and leave everything, because I would be in a lot of pain to stand. So by the time I've stood there long enough and been in a lot of pain, I couldn't be wiping around and putting things in the dishwasher. But
yes,
I can
so now
do that.
You can do that now.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's amazing, beautiful, perfect. And so at that time you were thinking about, you had reservations about whether I could actually help you. Is this actually going to work? I mean, I think a lot of people would be feeling very similar. They want the help, they want to get rid of their symptoms, but they're just a bit skeptical. They've tried everything. I do this pain-free method. I'm saying healing is immediate, it's possible for you, but they're not really convinced that they want to, but then feeling very skeptical. What would you say to that person? What would you say to that person that was in the same place as you were?
I would say there is no reason not to try. There is no reason, because that is the only way you will find out. And what will you do if you don't try it? What will you do instead? What have you got already that would give you the same results? Because it's quite likely nothing, isn't it? You've got nothing. You've got pain relief. You've got maybe try some more exercising. Depends what the pain is, doesn't it? But and the thing that I the thing that I realized on about day 2 was, you've got this skill for life. For life. You don't have to ever be at the mercy of pain. You don't have to wait for it to go off. You don't have to wait for something to be healed.
That's right.
You can let your body know you've received that message. Thank you and goodbye.
That's right. And we have it every minute of every day, whether it's at 3 o'clock in the morning, you're getting woken up by pain, or whether it's out and about and it's stopping you doing the things you want to do, helping around in your case, or stopping someone doing what they want to do. I've helped people who couldn't even put the washing in, and now they're surfing.
Yes,
I was
You
like,
see,
whoa.
I
And
imagine that what for some people, one of the most difficult things is to believe that anything could work the way it does. So I think something else I would say is to trust you. You have been doing this a long time. They need to trust you, and to trust you that you are not selling them something that will fail. You know it works, and you work so hard with us to be sure it's working for us.
I want you to have it.
You want, yes, you do want it, and you're so pleased when we've got those results.
I am.
And I realized another thing I realized during the decision period was I had an understanding that it works. I did believe it works. My sticking point was, but it won't work for me. And I realized that actually it is something you do yourself. You use this method.
Yes.
We use this method ourselves. So the only question is not, oh, will it work for me? It's, will I make it work for me?
Yeah. Will you let it? Will you let it work for you?
Yes. Yeah. So it was all in my control.
Yes.
So in fact, that was an instance of, even before we'd started, where you were giving me control.
Yes, straight from the beginning.
Right from even before we started, you were giving us back some control, because that's the thing, isn't it, with pain? It appears, chronic pain appears to be outside our control. And that's what is so upsetting and wearing.
It does. And people go to the doctors, they try to do something for themselves. They try different methods. They try self methods or getting professionals in or something. But the fact of the matter is, your body is self-healing. So the whole pain-free method is based on that. So as soon as you know how to do it, you know how to do it. It's very, very simple. There are lots of pieces, as you know, but the essence of it is really, really simple. And it's very, very effective immediately. And you have it at any given time of day, whenever you need it. You've got it. We're not trained this way. We forget we have self-healing system. We've forgotten.
And so I think as well that the more I've used it, the faster it's become.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, fantastic.
By using it over time and knowing and expecting, because our body works on expectation as well, doesn't it? So by expecting it to work, and so I might first of all, when I've been sat down, take a step, and the first step is painful. Then I think, oh right, well let's get rid of that then before we start walking, and it will go. It knows it's going. I think,
oh, Linda,
the body has we might be wrong about where the mind is, mightn't we? And I think the body's got a mind of its own as well. The body's got a mind as well, and it knows. It thinks, oh, she's doing this thing, so don't bother sending that signal, lads, because
and as you say, it's multi-leveled. It's not just physical. It's in your case, it's wanting to help and wanting to go upstairs and different. It's a different, lots of things going on in there, and the body listens to where you focus, and fantastic, just fantastic, and it's getting quicker as you use it. That's ideal.
And you've the last thing you said to me, because I was struggling with the connecting, and so you said, just describe it. Well, I've become quite dramatic in my descriptions as well. My descriptions have become more and more dramatic.
Do it.
And they appear in my head, and so it might be like, oh, it feels like there's a plastic comb in my knee, and the what's it called? What thing's called?
The myofascia.
The teeth. No, and the teeth of the comb
Yeah.
teeth
Okay.
of the coma sticking in my knee. I can kind of see now these things. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect, Linda. Perfect. Go for it. Oh, I'm absolutely thrilled that you're getting results you want. And I see you smiling, and you look like you've got a different feeling about you. You know, you're looking happy and going up and down the stairs, which was the hotspot thing, was it? It was the main thing that was giving you trouble, the walking and going up and down the stairs, especially. That was a particularly bad thing for you. And now that's not a thing. And how long has this taken, all this change from a dreadful place to healing as you wish?
It's only been a month, hasn't it? I think, since we first
just
started.
about a month. Yeah. And you started getting results even before we started, because we talked before we got going on the program together.
Now,
we talked about things. So
we did what I think it's imperative to remember and keep hold of for others is, and I know this from my own therapy work, is that if you've had something work once, then it works. And if you've had it not work, if you've not been able to make it work, to be accurate, if you've not just done it quite in the way that it's going to make it work, or it's taking a while, you must not let that counteract what you know to be the truth, that it does work.
I think that's really powerful what you said there.
Yeah.
Really powerful, because once you've got evidence, it definitely works for you. Other stuff comes up, you know, other things, patterns and things, thought processes can block it. But once you know, that's really powerful. Thanks for saying that, because that's I think that's really encouraging, really powerful.
It is. You must never forget, and this is why we must write things down as well.
Yeah,
mustn't we?
That's right. Yes.
It's why we must never. In fact, in the night, pain took longer. It was not momentary. I'd been asleep in a position that it seems my legs don't care for, even now. I can lie that way for a while, on my side for a while, but to fall asleep that way, if I'm asleep a long time, then I woke up to a lot of pain in both legs. And of course, in the night, you're asleep, you've been asleep and you're a bit dopey and whatever, and maybe not remembering everything to do, and even though there's not a lot to do. And it was not happening. It was not going. And I just kept reminding myself, it will go.
Yeah. Describe it.
Yes.
It
just
will
keep going. Because what else am I going to do anyway? What else have I got? I've got nothing. So keep doing this then.
Yeah.
And I did. And eventually, and I moved myself a little bit.
Okay.
I remembered you saying that it's all right to, if you can find a position that supports you a little bit, that it's all right to do that. You don't have to be causing as much pain as possible in order to get rid of it.
That's right.
I moved a little bit, and in fact, I sat up on the edge of the bed, and then it was gone.
Yeah, perfect.
So then I was able to just properly go back to sleep, nice and comfortable.
Yeah, and as you practice it, as you say, in the daytime, you've got it so it practically goes as soon as you start doing the methods, and so you'll have the same at night. And just be patient, and as you say, keep doing the method. You've got evidence it works for you, and just keep going with that. Fantastic.
Keep going. It's imperative. Keep going. And and therefore as well, so that we always have this skill for life, we need to be using it every time. So even if you've only got a small pain or a symptom, use it. Otherwise, we might find in 2 years' time, 3 years' time, we've forgotten all about it. We see you pop up somewhere and think, oh, I'd forgotten all about that. We are so ready to forget, aren't we?
Yeah.
So
And
the way
just
to
don't
not
forget the
forget,
niggles. Yeah.
keep doing it. Yes, don't accept any pain.
That's right. Don't accept any pain. You're not here to suffer.
No,
Oh,
no, there's no
perfect.
point in it.
There's no point in it. There's not
No
here. Not
point
here.
in it.
Didn't Jesus did that for? Didn't Jesus go on the cross to suffer for our sins?
Yes,
We're not here to
yes.
suffer pain.
By his stripes we are healed.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So
Yeah.
we don't.
We
Yeah,
are.
we don't need to be
We
doing
are.
it. Yeah.
And the pain-free method is based on your natural healing processes. So as you said, it's really simple. Linda, thank you so much, and for sharing what's happened to you, and to encourage people, give them confidence, and have them think, to come and have a free chat with me. I'll come into the free group. They can come and look around my stuff, check out my videos, get familiar. I mean, you knew me for a number of years before you
Yes.
took that
Yeah.
decision to get my
Yeah.
help. So maybe
Yeah.
others want to do the same. Maybe
Yeah.
others are ready to get my help, and they can book up a free pain consultation call, and we'll get started and talk about the details of what's going on for them, or just come in to browse in the free pain Facebook group, and they're very welcome and ask their questions.
Yeah.
And thank you, Linda. Thanks, sweetheart. Thank you so much. And continue with your pain-free journey.
Yes. Thank you very much, Althea.
Oh, well done. Thanks a lot, Linda. And I'm just thrilled that you're getting the successes you wanted, and seeing you blossom. I just see you've got a different air about you today, and doing the washing, and that wasn't happened before, and the clearing up thing. That's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. And to share this stuff with you, and wonderful.